And let me now give the floor to a representative of the Asian Indigenous and Tribal Peoples Network for a joint statement.
Thank you, Mr. President. While we acknowledge the High Commissioner's report, which contains the conclusions of the 14th Annual Workshop on the Framework of Regional Cooperation for Promotion and Protection of Human Rights in the Asia-Pacific region, we deeply regret the slow pace at which progress has been made towards establishment of a regional human rights mechanism in Asia, considering growing concerns regarding the human rights situation in the region. In this respect, Madam High Commissioner, Mr. President, China is one of the many Asian countries where no significant progress has been achieved in terms of the 4 pillars of the Tehran framework. As such, we remain concerned about the lack of national human rights plan, as neither an independent national human rights institution nor a plan on human rights education have been declared or initiated.
May I ask, before giving the floor to the distinguished delegation of China for the point of order, I would kindly ask 2 things. 1, please turn your mobiles on silent or vibrate. 2nd, I would like to ask you kindly to lower the level of the noise in the room. All consultations and discussions are kindly welcome outside this room. Thank you very much. Distinguished representative of China, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I do share your point of view made before this speaker that this is a general debate on the item 8, and all remarks should be limited on this item, the follow-up implementation of the Vienna Declaration Program of Action. However, this item is not a country-specific item. Country-specific item is item 4. Any country-specific issues could be raised under item 4 already. So this is item 8. So through you, again, I want to bring your request you kindly remind this speaker to confine its remarks to item 8. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. I would like to echo the call of the distinguished delegate of China that we refer in the statements that we are going to hear to the follow-up and implementation of the Vienna Declaration and Program of Action. You have the floor, sir.
In the light of the commitment of all member states to the Vienna Declaration and Program of Action, today we launch our strongest condemnation on the acts of merciless repression taking place in Tibet Autonomous Region and other Tibetan areas in present-day China. Mr. President, shouldering its responsibilities and membership commitment, the UN's 2005 World Summit Declaration, which stipulates responsibility to protect human rights of populations when individual states fail to do so, which urge this Council to swiftly call a special session which will ask the Chinese authorities to receive a joint mission of special procedures as requested by 65 NGOs to you, Mr. Chairman, and to the members of the Council.
Yes, a point of order raised by the delegation of China. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I think both you and my delegation has made the position very clear. This is an item on the general item 8, and we have, and you also have, remind the speakers to speak under this item, which is a general debate but not country-specific debate. So now, since this speaker doesn't like to be abide by the rules of procedures, now I will kindly request you to stop his remarks if he couldn't confine his remarks to item 8. I thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. I would ask the speaker to also have his statement whether his statements deals with other issues of the Vienna Declaration and Program of Action, to proceed on those issues.
Mr. President, the challenge before this Council raises special questions related to commitments made by all member states of this body. Firstly, when human rights are at stake, why is the silence the standard approach? Secondly, amidst criticism from states for a UN institution free of double standards, selectivity, politicization, why now on Tibet this double standard and selectivity? Thirdly, why is this Council
Yes, the distinguished representative of China.
I think the Council just now, including my delegation, has heard you very clearly that you have kindly requested the Speaker to proceed with other issues other than country-specific issues under the VDPA. It seems the Speaker doesn't understand you. So again, or the last time, I kindly request you to remind this Speaker to confine his remarks to item 8, or, Mr. President, you have all authority to stop his remarks, which is out of this item. I thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. I have just stated before and asked the distinguished representative of the NGOs, the several NGOs, to approach also other items. If he intends to do so, I will let you speak, sir. If not, I'm afraid I will have to take the floor. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was stating, thirdly, why is this Council supporting a culture of impunity when the UN itself considers combating impunity to be of paramount importance to ensuring the scrutiny of human rights violations wherever? Thank you.
Thank you. May I remind two things. First, this is turning to be a little bit annoying to recall and to kindly ask colleagues in the room to turn off their mobiles. It is a matter of respect for the speaker. It is a matter of respect for the members of the Council and the people in this room, and not in the least, it is a matter of respect for our colleagues, the interpreters, who you can't imagine how much disturbance you are creating for with these signals. I'm sorry for reminding you that. I thank you very much indeed for this. Second, concerning the issue at hand, I will make it very clearly once again. We are in the general debate on the implementation and follow-up and implementation of the Vienna Declaration of Program of Action. The Vienna Declaration and the Program of Action covers many issues. I would urge delegations to approach these issues as appropriate. I will also urge delegations to bear in mind that one issue may necessarily be approached or should necessarily happen in a place or in another. We are not, as the distinguished representative of China has rightly pointed out, under country-specific issues. This is not item 4. This is item 8. I kindly ask and urge that statements cover the topic of the item 8. Let me not repeat it once again.